are brown.
Welcome to Real Estate Today with Jason Randall. Jason is a top 50 realtor in the Austin area. He is the broker-owner of RE/MAX Elite and has been inducted into the RE/MAX Hall of Fame. Now, with solid and trustworthy real estate advice, here's your host, Jason Randall.
Good morning, Austin. Welcome back to another episode of the Real Estate Today Show. I'm your host, Jason Randall, and I'm joined in the studio, of course, by our executive producer, Matt Young.
Hello, hello.
And from OneGuard Warranty, Elaine Maxey.
Good morning.
And from RE/MAX Elite, one of our top agents, Nick Himes.
Hello, everybody.
Hey, before we get started today, I wanted to give you a fun, cool little fact today. So it's kind of a little bit different from the last one that we gave. But did you know that in order to sell real estate in the state of Texas, you have to be a licensed agent if you don't own the property? Okay, so let me give you a little fun fact with that to kind of elaborate. You notice how new home builders don't have real estate agents?
Yes, I have noticed that.
So it's because the builder owns the dirt. They own the land. So it's like a for sale by owner. You ever seen a for sale by owners, Nick?
Yep, a couple times.
So basically what that is that's where if you own the property, you do not have to be licensed in the state of Texas. That's kind of a cool thing. If you own the property, you can sell your own property and not be licensed. Pretty cool, huh? I always have a disclosure. Check with the attorneys and check to make sure everything that we say is 100% accurate. Ha! Anyways, so what we're going to talk about today is home warranty. And we're also going to talk about Nick and his personal business and how successful he's been with RE/MAX and the short period of time he's been with us. So, Elaine, tell everybody a little bit about you and OneGuard.
Well, I have been with OneGuard and in the real estate industry for 3 years now and enjoying it. OneGuard is a home warranty company, and what a home warranty does is it covers the main systems and appliances in a home that break down due to normal wear and tear.
Okay, I like that.
That's how it's different from homeowners insurance. Many times I get the question, well, I already have homeowners insurance, but this is going a bit further and covering mechanical breakdowns.
Okay, so where did you work prior to OneGuard?
Prior to OneGuard, I was in the medical industry.
Nice. My father owned an ambulance service here in Austin, Texas called Gold Cross Ambulance Service.
Oh, nice.
And my mother's brother actually owns a medical supply chain in Wichita Falls called Gold Cross Services.
Nice.
It's cute.
Yeah.
Connection?
Yeah. And like real estate, the medical industry, you're helping others. So that was one of the draws.
Nice. Good stuff. So, Nick, tell us a little bit about you. You've been with RE/MAX for how long?
I'm going on my third year.
Nice. And with RE/MAX Elite, how long have you been with us?
Going on my 6th month, somewhere in that.
And you've actually hit numbers this past month that exceeded your expectations.
Yeah, and since I've been with RE/MAX Elite, I've matched my numbers that I had in the previous 2 years, so it's been awesome.
Nice, good stuff. So tell everybody a little bit about you. What do you focus on? So when you do you take on mostly buyers, or do you take on sellers, or a combination of both?
I do a combination of both. I just like to help people, and so anybody needs help in the real estate market, I love to be there for them.
Yep, and you've done I think Matt Young can agree to this. He's definitely exceeded all expectations of our office.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
Very proud of him.
Been huge. So a little bit more about RE/MAX Elite. We are a franchise of RE/MAX corporate. Elite is our little franchise name. Elaine's been with me now since the day we opened the doors and has been a huge asset to every single client. And I think we have a majority of our offices uses OneGuard just because of the experience that the end user gets. So it's been a huge asset for us as a company. But a little bit more about RE/MAX Elite. We're focusing more this year on search engine optimization. What does that mean to a consumer? So when we list homes, a lot of people put the sign out in the front yard, and that's pretty much it. When you're an agent and that's all you do, I think the sellers don't get the benefit of, what they can really receive, which is a online presence that will help sustain, the other competition that's out there. So we do things a little differently with that. This year is going to be our big year for AustinEliteHomes.com. So Matt, you can elaborate a little bit of what we're doing with videos. Kind of tell everybody, the listeners, what we will provide to them with each neighborhood and school in the area.
Yeah, so we're going to be more focused on the neighborhoods, going in and kind of taking some video of the neighborhoods to show potential clients and people who want to move to Austin, because people are moving here at a rate of like 160 a day. 160 people a day are moving to Austin. So we want to give them the opportunity to look at a neighborhood before they buy it. When I moved here, I didn't know any of the surrounding neighborhoods or where to live. So this just gives the buyer another opportunity to see a neighborhood and kind of become more familiar with it, so they can see it a little bit, get a feel for it, do some research on the neighborhoods around here, because when you come to Austin, everyone just calls it Austin.
Yep.
Very few people realize, Georgetown is, almost, 15, 20 miles away from downtown Austin, 30 miles away.
Ish, yep.
And that's still looped into the Austin area.
Mm-hmm.
So it gives people a little bit of better understanding of what they can expect moving to Austin. The houses, kind of a look without having to go on and register for searches. They can still see it and just kind of see what the neighborhoods are like.
And I think the 84,000 listeners-ish that listen to our radio show every single Sunday, I think, can get value in going to the AustinEliteHomes.com website and seeing how to really, put a listing together and be able to syndicate it out to every different search engine and social media platform that's out there. On top of that, I think, the social media is another angle that we have as a company hit very hard, in the sense of letting the consumers see these homes sometimes before they even hit the market. The pre-listing, some of our pocket listings, just selling some of these homes before they even hit the market. I think that's key to really helping the sellers. I call on expireds and withdrawals, homes that are no longer in the market and not under contract with a real estate agent. And you'd be surprised, Matt, on how many I can convert just by doing a little bit, different than the previous agent.
It's a different approach
did.
you take.
Mm-hmm.
You don't take the normal approach. You kind of take a different approach than most agents.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's a good thing. And I think that intrigues people.
Yeah. I think you have a listing coming up soon, don't you? Possibly is it Round Rock or Pflugerville?
Pflugerville.
You want to tell everybody a little bit about that listing?
Yeah, it's a 4-bedroom house, 2-story out in Blackhawk. That's been on the market for a while. It was an expired listing. So, and like you mentioned, a lot of times realtors just put the sign in the front yard and put it in MLS and hope it sells. And that's not the case with certain houses. And so we told her about the different types of marketing strategies that we have at RE/MAX Elite, and she wanted to give us a try. So there we go.
And you did a really good job with that. You've actually received an offer, though, didn't you? Correct.
Already received an offer.
That's awesome. And I think that's what the difference is I think that's what really separates us from some of the competition out there. I think we just we as a team come up with new strategies. I mean, Nick alone has brought in some good helpful tips to generate some new traffic to help at the end of the day close more of these transactions when it comes to listings. What are you seeing in the marketplace, Elaine? You go to a lot of different offices. What's the feedback you're getting here in Austin?
I would say what I'm hearing here most recently is that the market is starting to heat up. So we are starting to see more movement.
Are you getting more orders for home warranties?
Yes.
Are you?
Yes. It has been strong. Actually, this entire year has been strong for us. But
compared to last year, or what would you compare this to last year at this time? And I know I'm putting you on the spot for this question, but what is your guesstimation?
Well, I can't say the market as a whole, but I can say as far as my business, definitely there's been a very strong uptick.
Can you imagine living anywhere else but Austin?
No. It's a great place to live.
I think she thought about that for a second. I think she says, wait, are we talking like Fiji? Are we talking like Cancun? Or are we talking just Texas? That's funny. Well, I can tell you that's kind of as a whole. I think Chris Beltran with Barton Creek Lending said the same thing. He's like the amount of apps that he's receiving now compared to last year at this time is definitely increased tremendously. So I am definitely excited to see what this year holds. More about Nick Himes. Definitely, he was our top producer for this past month, and some of the marketing strategies that he's come out with, in the sense of, you've gone out to some of the neighborhoods and, farmed some of the neighborhoods.
Yeah.
Do you want to tell the audience a little bit about that?
Yeah, I mean, I just taken on the strategy of becoming neighborhood experts, and there's certain couple neighborhoods that I deal primarily with, and it's a lot better when you can have those educated conversations, not just on the Austin real estate market, but more specifically certain neighborhoods, and so that's kind of been my approach this year, and it's worked out well so far.
That's kind of what RE/MAX Elite has prided ourselves on is having experts that just focus on certain areas and neighborhoods. So when a client does call in, or we have a listing in Westlake, we have a Westlake agent that actually can take care of that actual client and have an education behind him, not just put somebody that's from Gerald that doesn't know the schools and doesn't know the real market, because that makes a huge difference for both the buyers and the sellers. Because we're here just to be a resource of information and help the end user, if it's the buyer or the seller, make a good decision, longevity, since this is the biggest investment they're going to make. So, again, RE/MAX Elite, you can always reach us at 512-930-0000. Nick, how do they get a hold of you?
You can call me at 512-964-8883.
Elaine Maxey, how do they get a hold of you? What's your number?
512-628-9019.
Okay, we're going to come back with Elaine Maxey, and we're going to talk about home warranty as a whole. We're going to dive deep into it. So we'll be right back.
Welcome back to Real Estate Today. Here's Jason Randall.
Okay, we are back here today with the Real Estate Today show. I'm your host, Jason Randall, and of course, joined with me, I have the executive producer, Matt Young.
Hello, everybody.
And a very special guest and a phenomenal lady and a phenomenal company, Elaine Maxey with OneGuard.
Hello.
And the all-famous agent with RE/MAX Elite, Nick Himes.
All famous, I like it.
Exactly. Okay, so this segment, we're going to dive deep into home warranty. Lane is in the hot box.
Uh-oh.
I love that. So we're going to have some fun in this episode. So what is a home warranty? So you, the listener, probably have heard this possibly, and if not, we're going to explain it in detail. The goal of this conversation is going to be let the consumers know what is a home warranty. So before we dive into that, I'm going to tell a little story. So
Is this story time with Jason Randall?
it is story time with Jason Randall. I like that. Elaine's smiling. We're in a good mood now. So listen to this. So I get home. My wife says, "Oh my gosh, our air conditioner doesn't work." And I was like, "Uh-oh, that's not good. Let me call an air conditioner company." I was like, "Oh, never mind. I have OneGuard." Thank goodness it was still 70 degrees, so not too bad. But called Elaine. Elaine said, "Yeah, just call the 800 number, put your request in, and we'll get somebody out there, within probably 24 hours." And it was definitely within 24 hours. And they came out the next day, did the test to make sure everything was what it should be, and figure out what we need to do to get working. And within the next day, we had the home warranty gentleman that came out from a air conditioner company and actually took care of the situation. But there were some funny things about that. So I never used my home warranty ever. So I hear about it all the time, but that was my first experience. It was very smooth. It went very, correctly, and I didn't see any issues. So tell everybody a little bit about how OneGuard is different from your competition.
Okay. Definitely, I would say response time. Many times, if you can find this in your contract, Many home warranties will quote a response time guideline of 48 to 72 hours. And our guideline and our average response time is actually 24 hours. Do we ever step outside of that? Sometimes things
Sure.
happen.
Yep.
But we do try to stick to that 24-hour guideline
Okay.
for response time.
So the next question is when I get a call from the title company and they're like, hey, listen, you got a client here fixing to close. We need to pick out the home warranty company. I think us as agents educating like today how good OneGuard is will save them in the future, because if I might have picked another company, my response time might not have been as good, and also they don't have to warranty that. So let's talk about that. So if you purchase a home and you don't get an inspection, they might not cover some of the stuff on that house. Is that correct?
Actually, it doesn't mean that it won't be covered.
Okay.
An inspection can sometimes come in as if there's an issue with a pre-existing condition. That's where an inspection can really help the homeowner, the buyer, out.
Because I hear this on a lot, and I'm glad we're bringing this up. Nick, I know this has happened to you. So inspector goes to the home. Oh, the air conditioner looks like it's on its last leg.
Mm-hmm.
If I could get $1 for every time I've been told that air conditioner's on its last leg, I'd be rich. But lo and behold, if it's, the other agent has told me in the past, oh, don't worry about it. The home warranty, you got a home warranty. If it goes out, they'll just cover it. Not a true statement, correct?
Correct.
So we as educating you is a statement. You heard it first on 1370 AM, the Real Estate Today show. Don't be fooled by that. If it is in your inspection report, the home warranty company can deny the claim. Is that correct? Because it's a pre-existing condition.
Well, I would say another thing that OneGuard does a little differently. If your inspection marks the AC as deficient,
Okay.
if you have that AC serviced
Okay.
after the inspection and it is serviced by a licensed contractor and they bring that AC up to good operating condition, keep that paperwork and we will cover it.
Nice. And see, that's something that I didn't know. And when I go back and I have to explain this to the actual consumer and the buyer and say, hey, when you go through your, inspection report, let's make sure that we follow all the guidelines depending on which home warranty company you use. That conversation has never transpired until I got more involved as the broker and the owner, because I have more responsibilities now. But it makes it more, come to fruition, because I deal with 10 agents at any given time. I've got at least 10 questions a day that get asked to me. So having an education from my end and passing this to the listeners is huge. So my thinking is what if you have a foundation issue? Is there a company out there that covers foundations on a home warranty?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay,
No.
I didn't think so. So what are generally the things you see besides air conditioner? What are commonly, now, is a roof covered by your homeowner's insurance, or is that covered through home warranty?
Some home warranties have minimal roof coverage.
Okay.
OneGuard here in Texas does not cover does not have roof coverage. Generally, home warranties are covering your main systems and your appliances that break down, have mechanical issues, mechanical breakdowns.
Okay.
And again, it's breakdowns due to normal wear and tear, so not due to neglect or an act of nature. That would not be a home warranty coverage.
So again, we do something different at RE/MAX Elite, and I haven't actually told Nick this yet, but we have a company, Double Check Maintenance. His name's Jeff. He actually does maintenance on homes. So it's an education through the process with the actual buyers. So the steps that RE/MAX Elite takes is we show you how to do an inspection, have an inspection done. After the inspection's done, negotiate the repairs. After the repair comes, then you have the home warranty. So you kind of have some layers of protections for the consumer, the buyer. But then on top of that, we have a gentleman that will come out to your property and he'll do a maintenance on your property through the whole life of having your home. Now, of course, it's a cost, but it's example. And I'll talk about this next week during our episode with him. My dryer did not work. Like I could not. My wife said I am running 4 cycles through towels to get them dry. Commonly, it's maybe 1.5, right? I'm looking at Nick now. And basically, she says, it's just not drying. So I called Jeff, and I said, Jeff, hey, something's wrong. Either my dryer went out or, my vent's clogged because you get that lint in that clog. He goes, well, I'll come out and check it, Jason. No problem. So he brought his little machine, and it literally went through my dryer vent with this drill type of plastic device. Don't know the name. Goes through the dryer vent, and then he just pulls it out. Guess how many pounds, Matt? I just bought this house. Guess how many pounds of lint came out of that dryer vent?
I'm going to say 10.
That is the lucky number. It was 10. I'm actually surprised you got that. 10 pounds. Now, do you know what that could have caused, Nick, to my house? Yeah, big time. So, again, these are things that now we've learned, and Jeff and I have known each other for a while, and I've now got him on a maintenance schedule at my house that avoids having to call, to have OneGuard out there. I mean, I love them. I think they're great. But if I could avoid having to pay for, anything, or even having to go through the, hassle of, being at home when the contractor shows up, is great.
Well, let me just chime in there. That is something else that OneGuard does a little bit differently with our home warranty plans. We not only cover breakdowns and repair breakdowns, but we also have a number of home maintenance services.
Wow.
That we have available to our homeowners.
Wow.
And
is that new?
And that is something that we keep adding to. We've had it for, a number of years, but we keep adding to the list of services that we provide. Carpet cleaning, window cleaning, that dryer vent cleaning is another thing we provide.
Nice.
You do pay the service fee, but it's still super economical and convenient for the homeowner.
How can they get a hold of you? So as these listeners listen, how can they get a hold of you besides your phone number? Do you have a web address they could look at?
Yes. Our web address is OneGuardHomeWarranty.com.
Awesome. And then your cell phone number again?
512-628-9019.
And real estate agents also that are listening, you can also chime in anytime you want. Feel free to go to our Facebook page, Real Estate Today. Elaine Maxey is definitely amazing at what she's done. She's helped us grow our business, but personally, she's done an amazing job at my house. So, Elaine, thank you.
Thank you.
For everything you do. Nick, do you want to chime in a little bit on the home warranty section? I know you've kind of had a little bit of involvement with some home warranty. You want to chime in a little bit about?
I mean, I would just talk about how important having a home warranty is. I mean, even if your house is brand new. I mean, you talked about your air conditioner on your house. That same exact thing happened on my house that was brand new within 6 months of me buying it. So you never know when something's just going to malfunction and you're going to need help. So it's always nice to know you have.
And you can buy a home warranty after the first year, so you can continue the home warranty.
Exactly.
So, Elaine,
I strongly recommend doing that.
My in-laws have actually done that on their house. They've actually continued on with their home warranty because it was so good. I mean, it covered so many different items that were so costly, and they just said this is so great. So, again, how do they get a hold of you, Nick?
You can call me 512-964-8883.
You can also find Nick on Facebook, Nick Himes, Realtor.
Nick Himes team at RE/MAX Elite.
Yep. And then you can always reach out to us at our office, 512-930-0000. A little bit about me, just real quick, because I was awarded the top 50 realtor out of all of Austin. So I have a good record of sales and accomplishments. So love to work with any one of you out there that are looking to buy or sell real estate. You can also find me on Facebook at Jason Randall. All right. Thanks, and we'll be right back.
Welcome back to Real Estate Today. Here's Jason Randall.
Welcome back to the Real Estate Today show. I'm your host, Jason Randall. And again, we have the executive producer of the show, Mr. Matt Young.
Hello, hello.
And we have Elaine Maxey with OneGuard.
Hello.
A RE/MAX Elite agent, Nick Himes.
Hello.
You like that one?
I did. It's different every time.
It's got to be. You got to make it exciting.
That's right.
So this episode, we're going to kind of elaborate a little bit more on the home warranty. I think, Matt, you had a question you wanted to ask?
Yes. So, Elaine, I have a rental property in Arizona. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry.
Sensitive subject.
Is it oceanfront?
It's oceanfront, and I'll sell it to anybody who wants it. It's great oceanfront property.
Legal disclosure, that is not true, and we're contact an attorney.
So I have tenants in there, and the dryer actually, they said, stopped working. So I get a bill this morning for about $300 to have the control board fixed. Can I have a home warranty on a rental property? And would it cover things like that?
Yes, you can. OneGuard has coverage on rental properties, your investment properties. Another thing I'd like to add, that any homes that are owned by an agent, you do get special pricing. So reach out to me with questions on that. And depending on the coverage that you have, yes, it should cover that.
Okay.
And can't you a la carte things? Can't you pick things that you want covered and
Correct. Yes, we have options. Great question. We have different levels of plans, and then we have add-on options.
So how do the plans work? Do you have that off of memory? I know I'm hitting you right on the spot on that question. You can say no.
How do the plans work?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Individual plans. How do the plans, like, is there tiered plans? What do the pricing start out at?
Yes. So we have actually 3 levels of plans. Many times I say 4 levels. We have 4 levels of plans, and our basic plan starts out at $399. And then we have even more options, such as pool coverage, saltwater pool, water softener, septic, and those type of
My in-laws
items that
just
can be
added
added.
the pool. They just added the pool, so I'm really debating on adding the pool too. It could be a money saver.
Yes, a pool can be quite expensive. We have a pool as well.
Yes.
And there are a lot of items that can go out on a pool.
Can you just please include the chlorine?
Yeah.
She's saying no, it
No.
does not. That does not cover. That's funny. So tell us kind of the most oddest situation you've ever seen being OneGuard. What have you seen that's just like over the top? But though, I got a good look out of that one. Just something that you're like, wow. Is there anything you've ever seen? Like an example, I had a client that called the home warranty company, and literally it was only a 4-year-old home, and it was rat infested. Literally, there was rats everywhere in the attic, probably around 30 or 40 of them. And that was the craziest story. I just thought that was kind of fun, right?
Were they hoarders?
You had to chime in on that one, didn't you, Matt? You couldn't let that one go.
No, I couldn't.
So Elaine's not gonna. Do you have
Well,
one now?
I have had actually.
Here we go.
Actually, a contractor shared with me, and it was a rental home, the condition of the home inside, and they were hoarders.
Bad.
And I was, yes.
It was bad. It was
Yes.
pretty bad. I actually had a listing like that one time. It was hard. It was hard. Let's just say that. So,
But guess what? With those rats, we do also have pest control service.
that's hilarious.
Awesome.
You do. That's right.
Yes,
You do.
that's one of the services. That
Now,
we
is that
offer.
exterminator or is that just pest control? Because I think this needed exterminating.
Yeah, that might have been a little too far.
I think Elaine got a visual of that one. That's funny. So a little bit more about the home warranty. So after the sale, what's the isn't there kind of a guideline when you purchase a home? Can you buy the home warranty after you've closed, and how much time do you have after you've closed to stay within the guidelines? Because you can't just wait for a problem to show up and be like, oh, I want a home warranty because my air conditioner's broken. How does the rules and regulations work with that?
Correct. In order to get the real estate plans and prices, because all home warranty companies kind of categorize their home warranty plans into homeowner plans, which are that cover homes that the homeowner has been maybe lived in for the last 10 years, existing homes, and then the real estate plans, which are the plans that cover the homes that are going through a real estate transaction. For For the plans, the real estate plans, where the homes are going through a real estate transaction, you have up to 30 days past closing.
Really?
But of course, you want to get that coverage as close to, usually it's always covered at closing, so that if something does happen, you don't have an issue and you'll be covered.
Who are you seeing purchasing these, Nick, when you do the transaction? Is it the buyer that goes and pays for it at closing out of their own pocket, or are you seeing the seller pay for it?
The seller.
Yeah, pretty common. So that's kind of a trick of the trade too. And most of the real estate agents out there, if not all of them, are very familiar with the home warranties and how it works. You as the consumer, though, get the choice. So sometimes somebody will promote different kinds of companies out there. OneGuard is the one that we have most of my clients have chosen, but we've given them options. I mean, of course, we give them 3 options to choose from, but based on my experience and level of experience that I've had, I've always said OneGuard's been very good to my clients and my personal self too, for that matter. A little bit more in regards to the home warranty. So can you say, so time's up, it's expired. Does the renewal cost more usually, or is it the same price as what you get when are you locked into a cost from when you close, or how does that work? And is it based on how many claims you've had?
So the first year you get the real estate rates. And then after that, upon renewal, there are a number of factors. One is the number of claims. And secondly, we look at square footage of the home. Some home warranty companies look at the age of the home, but we actually look at square footage.
So what is it? So we have I'm writing a contract this week, possibly on a 9,000 square foot home. What would that cost? Just out of curiosity, do you have that on top of your head?
Well, it depends on which plan that
Okay.
you choose.
See the basic.
And we have the basic plan. A 9,000 square foot home would be
Roughly
$799.
$799, and that they have a pool, so that the pool would have to be like Nick was saying. That's an a la carte. You can add the pool if you want to add that to the plan itself.
Yes, that's correct.
What else can you add? What else a la cartes do you guys offer besides that? So you have the pool. The roof is not covered.
The roof is not covered with
Okay.
OneGuard.
And it's just like every other insurance company or companies out there. There's just things that some companies cover and some companies that don't. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And typically the roof is covered by the homeowner's insurance, so that shouldn't play into effect at all, I wouldn't think.
Yes, and those home warranties that do cover the roof, it's usually minimal coverage.
Is it? Mm-hmm. So it's a minor amount. Well, I do know that the air ducting is also included too in the basic plan. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Wow.
Yes.
What else is covered in the basic plan? Just so the consumers can hear it. Just kind of the nuts and bolts. So air conditioner, mechanical systems. What else is covered that you typically see being used?
So under your basic plan, you generally are getting coverage on your main systems, which is your HVAC, your AC and heating,
Okay.
your plumbing, your electrical, and then all your built-in appliances, such as the dishwasher, the garbage disposal, your oven, cooktop, your stove, and your microwave oven.
What can you add now? So you can add the pool. What else can you add?
You can also add, we have plans that add in like refrigerator and washer dryer,
Okay.
or you can add them a la carte.
Mm-hmm.
We also have septic, we have well pump, water softener is a very common one around this area in Central Texas.
Really? I have a water softener. Sometimes the calcium is the problem, typically?
Well, yeah, and the head controls.
The head
so
controls.
the hard water comes up into the head controls.
Mm-hmm.
And that's usually the place that's going to fail first.
And those things, the last house I had, my previous house, was around $3,500 for the water softener. This one I don't think is the same. This one's a lot less. But that's something I might talk to you after the show about, because that would be definitely something I might want to get covered.
Sure.
It also helps for your appliances, too.
Yeah, we've already had to replace the dishwasher.
That's usually, you'll also see the water spots go away.
Will you?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Is it because of the calcium?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
And the only reason I know this is because I used to sell water softeners.
That's right. You've been in the military and water softeners in real estate.
Correct.
Which was your favorite?
Real estate.
Good answer. So now I wanted to go into little details about Nick and kind of some things that he's been working on. So Nick, you've been working a lot on social media. I think you've been posting things quite a bit. Where do you see yourself in the next 6 months to a year? What's your goals? I know you want to help your clients, but where's your goals? I mean, what do you want?
I want to help everybody.
I love that.
That's my ultimate goal. But yeah, I mean, I'm working on growing a social media presence this year. It's something that I struggled with in the past, and I know that with the way the world is going, social media is very, very much going to be here for a while. So that's something that I'm focusing on this year, and some manners I'm even going back and reaching out to past clients that I've dealt with over the last couple of years and let them know that this is what I'm doing now. And getting their help in growing it.
So why should somebody that's listening right now choose Nick over another real estate agent? Tell me why.
That's a great question. I would say because with me, it's service first. So you don't just get me for that transaction. I don't just push a little bit of papers and do a little bit of negotiating for you. I'm your realtor for life. I like to be around and any time that you need me, whether it's a problem with the home warranty that I need to work directly with the home warranty company, or whether it's just fighting your taxes every year, which you all should.
You're saying that I should file my taxes?
No, fight your taxes.
Oh, fight them. Okay.
Yes, sir. So I mean, I'm there for life, and I think that's important.
Good. Well, again, Nick, how do they get a hold of you?
You can call me 512-964-8883.
Nick shows up to work every single day religiously, after 6 o'clock he's there at night. He works really hard in the evening time, so I'm really proud of Nick. So anyways, just wanted to give Nick a quick shout out, and we'll be right back.
Welcome back to Real Estate Today. Here's Jason Randall.
Hello, Austin, Texas. You are back here with the Real Estate Today show. I am your one and only host, Jason Randall, and we have a very special person in the studio, as I've said, Elaine Maxey.
Hello.
And Mr. Executive Producer, Matt Young.
I don't get the one and only?
No.
Okay.
And then the one and only Remax Elite, famous
I'm
star.
starting to feel a little self-conscious now.
I think you got to butt in a little bit. Nick Himes.
Hello.
We're getting a little, we've had a little bit too much coffee and soda today, so we're having fun. So we are going to talk this last episode a little bit about Remax Elite as a whole, and we're also going to talk about some new home construction in the area. You don't commonly see orders for new homes, do you?
No, but we do offer.
I love this. She always has something.
We do offer extended warranties on new construction. It's 4 years of coverage, and it starts years 2 and extends through years 5.
Can I be very frank with you, Nick? Did you feel like you've gotten trained by Elaine today?
Yeah, absolutely.
I feel like I just got like a whole, and it's all recorded on video and audio. So I'm playing this back to all the agents. And if you want to, hear this again, you can always go to, we're streaming at talk1370.com/RE Today. Any episodes that you want to go back and listen to, you can always go back. I think Elaine will be listening to herself, right?
I don't think so.
Love it. But I wanted to go over kind of the new homes. So you have a couple recently that you did some new homes with, was it Perry Homes? Is that who it was?
Perry Homes, one of them.
Terra Vista?
Yes, sir.
And tell us a little bit about how that relationship's working with you and the sales agent.
I mean, I like I spoke earlier, I like to focus on neighborhoods, and Terra Vista is one of the ones that I do like to focus on. One of my most recent clients did purchase a home through Perry Homes, and it's been a good relationship from start to finish, and we're still in the build process, so I'm going through every stage of the process with my client and getting it done.
To be built, or is that a completed?
It was already started, but we got in enough time to where he can make some upgrades on his own and have some personalization on it. But it was already started, but it's still being built. So
let's kind of talk a little bit about this. I'm going to be working directly with a couple new builders. I can't really say yet because it's not finalized, but they've got about 13 homes in Leander. That I'm going to be working directly with Nick. I've teamed up with Nick so we could definitely help out. And I've got a new listing coming online that's going to be hopefully on the market. What did you say, Thursday? I think we've got pictures ordered, but I think we should be Thursday or Friday. And that's going to be a really nice house. Jump on Facebook, Real Estate Today, or my personal Jason Randall, and check that house out. It's going to be really cool. But the reason I bring this up is I just want to go back into the education. We had a custom builder here, but now we're going to kind of talk a little bit about the production builder. So learning a little bit about how to, understand the new home, because it is a totally different beast as a whole. Because like Nick said, you can have some of the builders that are production builders, if the foundation's done, you can't change anything structurally because all your plumbing's been put into the actual, let me rephrase that, most of the time you cannot change structure options, which is like if you have already set up for a super shower, you can't put it in the tub sometimes because you've taken that space and you've plumbed it for a shower. So that being said, you can go in as a consumer though and make changes, because if the builder hasn't ordered the tile, the wood, things like that. And even sometimes, depending on the builder, you can change the interior cabinets and things, because it's all based on how far in the production it is and how things have been ordered. So that's kind of a cool, different beast to kind of take on. But I will say this. Can you go into a little bit of details about, because I'm actually interested in this after I discussed it, how does the warranty work with an extended warranty on a new home? I would really like to know that, because that is something I am going to talk to my clients about, because it's just an extra layer of protection, correct?
Correct. And it is covering the main systems and appliances in the home that break down, have mechanical breakdowns, break down due to normal wear and tear.
After the first year, though?
After the first year,
because
correct.
The first year typically, and I always like to use broad statements on this radio show because I don't want anybody to think I'm factual on builders, because we're not the builders. We're just here to give the resources and the information. But when you really look at it, at the end of the day, GE, all the different appliances, usually they have their manufacturer's warranty. So when you hear a warranty from a builder, every builder's different. I'm going to say this all the time on the radio. Every builder's different. They have their different guidelines. But most of the time, you're seeing the appliances are covered through GE. So Elaine's like, well, we wouldn't offer a warranty on that because you already have it covered. We're going to take on after that. And again, it's just an extra layer of protection, because I'll give you an example. We had a new home. When I worked for the new home builder, the process where we finished it, the customers moved in. Within 2 weeks, rain came down from the sky and hit the roof. And guess what happened, Elaine? It went through the roof to the sheetrock to their floor. So the reason I'm saying that is Mike Gage with Big Sky Inspections always have a home inspection done, even if it's a new home. It's an extra layer of protection. The more you protect these investments, from home warranties to inspections to maintenance, this is the biggest investment one of the biggest investments that you'll probably make in your lifetime. So like Nick says, he wants to protect you. He wants to cover you. He wants to make sure you understand all of this. So when you purchase a home or when you get in the process, we're just going to be a tool of resources to help you make the best educated decision you buy. Yes, you can negotiate. Some of the best negotiators in the world are real estate agents. But at the end of the day, there's more than just a negotiation. You have to understand all the nuts and bolts, because moving parts change. How many times do you see industries changing, our industry changing as a whole, from, you guys changing policies? I mean, that probably happens at least once a year, twice a year?
Once a year, usually.
Once a year? So they change those. So we as agents have to make sure you as the consumers are educated. So that's the whole reason that we have this radio show is to educate Austin, Texas on real estate as a whole. So one thing I will ask the listeners, if you could please send me a text message. My direct cell phone number is 512-736-1593. I would love to hear from you guys. I would love to know what you want us to add to this radio show, what you as a consumer would like to hear what you want educated on. So back to the new home. So when a house is built from the ground up, you have two different warranties. You usually have the builder warranty, which is either a 1 year or 2 year, typically is what you see. And then you have a 10-year structural warranty. Typically what you're seeing that is through any structural, the mechanicals, things like that. Am I correct? Is that what you're seeing in the marketplace? And when you're talking about the new homes, don't you? Is that
what we're covering? Yeah, so we're not covering the structural. We're covering the mechanical.
The builder, the actual builder, when they do the 10-year structural warranty from the builder, they're covering your structural things like your foundations and things like that.
Yes.
So that's kind of how the new home world works. Tell us a little bit about Perry Homes. When you went out to visit with Perry Homes, how did you feel about the quality of the construction as you walked through with your client?
Oh, it was amazing.
Yeah.
From floor to ceiling, it just it looked pristine.
Did it?
Absolutely.
The one thing I will say too is the building changes. I mean, with most of these inspection reports that I receive and I look at, they'll talk about, hey, there's an issue with the electrical. It doesn't have enough neutral wires in it, and things like that. When things change, that's what they're coding it. They're telling you when this house was built in the 80s, it's not to the same standards that are today, and that's why they're putting it on there. So sometimes get with your electrician or the trade that actually knows it. But those are the things that you'll learn as time goes on. As you get through the inspection report, you'll see exactly what's covered and what's not covered in the actual report. And those kind of the newer construction, it just blows me away. Prime example, we have a builder here locally that does foam insulation. So I have a friend that's building his house, and literally I got to watch this foam go into these walls. Have you seen that live? Yeah. It's crazy. You put this spray in, sprays the wall, and then it just literally, poof, it blows up. It's like shaving cream.
Yeah, just blows up. Blows up, I guess.
I had to get Matt involved. So it's just like the shaving cream. When you literally put it in the wall, it just expands so much. So energy efficiency wise and how airtight these homes are today is just literally amazing. So a little bit more about RE/MAX Elite. So we as a company love to build relationships. We love to help our clients. We try to network with some of the best contractors. Next week's episode, we're going to have Mike Gage with Big Sky and Double Check Maintenance. Jeff will be on the air with us, with myself and the producer, Matt Young. But I wanted to give one more shout out to Elaine Maxey. She was a great guest here today. I think the public can see how good OneGuard is. Do you want to say anything else before we end our show?
Just I want to say thank you for your time. And if you have any questions, reach out to me.
And what's your number?
And my number is 512-628-9019.
And you're a big advocate on Facebook. What's your Facebook page? How do they find you? Elaine Maxey? OneGuard?
Yes, Elaine Maxey, OneGuard.
What about you, Nick? You want to give a shout out before we get off?
Yeah, just thanks for having me. Once again, you can reach me on Facebook, the Nick Himes team at RE/MAX Elite, or 512-964-8883.
I give Nick about one more year, and I'm going to probably have to hand him the keys of the castle, Matt. You know that, right?
That's fine. Do I got a job?
Sure.
Okay, good. Then I'm good, man. Whatever you got to do.
So, anyways, we hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend, and you can stream us at talk1370.com/RE today, or you can reach me directly at the office at 512-930-0000. And I want to thank everybody for listening to our show. Thanks. Have a great weekend.